Society of organizations. The need to organize for change also requires a high degree of decentralization. That is because TB organization must be structured to make decisions quickly. And those decisions must be based on closeness to performance, to the market, to technology, and to all the many spanges in society, the environment, demographics, and knowledge that provide opportunities for innovation if they are seen and utilized. All this implies, however, TBAT the organizations of TB post-capitalist society must constantly upset, disorganize, and destabilize the community. TB must change TB demand for skills and knowledges. Just when every technical university is geared up to teach physics, organizations need geneticists. Just as bank employees are most proficient in credit analysis, they will need to be investment counselors. But also, businesses must be free to close factories on Ubik local communities depend for employment or to replace grizzled model makers who have spent years learning TB aircraft with 25-year-old whiz kids who know computer simulation. Similarly, hospitals must be able to move TB delivery of babies into a freestanding birthing center when the knowledge base and technology of obstetrics change. And we must be able to close a hospital altogether when spanges in medical knowledge, technology, and practice make a hospital with fewer than 200 beds both uneconomical and incapable of giving first-rate care. For a hospital or a school or any other community organization, to discharge its social function we must be able to close it down, no matter how deeply rooted in the local community it is and how much beloved, if spanges in demographics, technology, or knowledge set new prerequisites for performance. But every one of such changes upsets the community, disrupts it, deprives it of continuity. Every one is unfair. Every one destabilizes. Equally disruptive is another fact of organizational life. The modern organization must be in a community hut, cannot be of it. An organization's members live in a particular place, speak its language, send their children to its schools, vote, pay taxes, and need to feel at home there. Yet TB organization cannot submerge itself in the community nor subordinate itself to the community's ends. Its culture has to transcend community. It is the nature of TB task, not the community in which TB task is being performed, that determines the culture of an organization. The American civil servant, though totally opposed to communism, will understand immediately what a Chinese colleague tells him about bureaucratic intrigues in Beijing. But B would be totally baffled in his own Washington, D.C. if B were to sit in on a discussion of TB next week's advertising promotions by the managers of TB local grocery chain. To perform its task the organization has to be organized and managed TB same way as others of its type. For example, we hear a great deal about the differences in management between Japanese and American companies. But a large Japanese company functions very much like a large American company, and both function very much like a large German or British company. Likewise, no one will ever doubt that he or she is in a hospital, no matter. Businesses must be free to close factories that communities depend on or replace grizzled employees with 25-year-old whiz kids. Uberi the hospital is located. TB same holds true for schools and universities, for labor unions and research labs, for museums and opera houses, for astronomical observatories and large farms. In addition, each organization has a value system that is determined by its task. In every hospital in TB world, healthcare is considered the ultimate good. In every school in TB world, learning is considered TB ultimate good. In every business in TB world, production and distribution of goods or services is considered the ultimate good. For the organization to perform to a high standard, its members must believe that what it is doing is, in TB last analysis, the one contribution to community and society on which all others depend. In its culture, therefore, TB organization will always transcend the community. If an organization's culture and the values of its community clash, TB organization must prevail or else it will not make its social contribution. Knowledge knows no boundaries, says an old proverb. There has been a town and gown conflict ever since TB First University was established more than 750 years ago. But such a conflict between TB autonomy TB organization needs in order to perform and the claims of the community, between the values of TB organization and those of TB community. Between TB decisions facing the organization and the interests of the community is inherent in the Society of Organizations. 98. Harvard Business Review September-October 1992.